What if we are no longer the only minds in the universe? For millennia, we have looked to the stars, searching for signs of intelligent life. We have listened for whispers from distant galaxies. We have sent our own messages into the vast cosmic dark, hoping for a reply. But while our gaze was fixed on the heavens, a new kind of intelligence began to stir right here on Earth. It is an intelligence born not of flesh and blood, but of silicon and electricity. It is a mind we are building ourselves, one line of code at a time. This journey is not about finding life out there. It's about creating it right here. We stand at a precipice, a moment in our planetary history as profound as the discovery of fire or the invention of language. We are crafting minds that can think, learn, and create in ways that were once the exclusive domain of science fiction. These are not the clanking robots of old movies, but silent, invisible forces that are already reshaping our world. They operate in the background of our lives, learning from our habits, predicting our desires, and connecting us in ways we are only just beginning to comprehend. The story of artificial intelligence is the story of humanity's next great exploration. It is an adventure into the very nature of thought itself. This new frontier raises questions that cut to the core of what it means to be human. If a machine can compose a symphony, does that change the meaning of music? If an algorithm can diagnose a disease with more accuracy than a human doctor, what does that mean for our own expertise and intuition? We are embarking on a voyage without a map into a territory filled with both incredible promise and unforeseen dangers. The tools we are building today will define the world of our grandchildren and their grandchildren after them. We have a responsibility to understand them, to guide their development with wisdom and foresight. So let's begin our journey. Let's travel from the abstract world of ideas to the tangible reality of our modern lives. We will explore the origins of this new intelligence, watching as it learns and grows. We will see how it is quietly revolutionizing everything from medicine to art, and we will confront the profound challenges it presents to our species. This is not just a story about technology. It's a story about us. It's about our dreams, our fears, and our unyielding drive to reach for the next horizon, to understand the universe and our place within it. Forget what you think you know about artificial intelligence. Forget the malevolent supercomputers and the armies of identical robots. The reality of AI is far more subtle and, in many ways, far more powerful. At its heart, AI is simply the science of making machines smart. It's about giving computers the ability to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. This doesn't mean creating a conscious being in a box. It means teaching a machine to recognize patterns, make decisions, and learn from experience, much like we do. It's a quest to replicate a specific slice of our own cognitive abilities. Think of it like this. A simple calculator can perform arithmetic faster than any human, but it can't learn. It follows a rigid set of instructions. It will give you the same answer to 2 + 2 a billion times. An AI, on the other hand, is designed to be flexible. It can look at thousands of cat photos and learn on its own what a cat looks like. It does this not by being told a cat has whiskers and pointy ears, but by finding the recurring patterns in the data it is shown. It's the difference between a tool that follows orders and a tool that begins to understand the world. This fundamental idea is not new. The dream of creating an artificial mind is an old one, woven through our myths and philosophies for centuries. But only recently have we developed the computational power to turn that dream into a working reality. The brain of an AI is not a biological organ, but a vast network of interconnected processors. Its thoughts are not electrical impulses in neurons, but mathematical calculations flowing through complex algorithms. We are not recreating a human mind, but building a new kind of mind from a completely different set of materials. So, when we talk about AI, we are talking about a broad spectrum of technologies. On one end, you have narrow AI, which is designed for a single task, like playing chess or recommending a movie. This is the AI that surrounds us today. On the distant horizon is general AI, a hypothetical machine with the ability to understand and learn any intellectual task that a human being can. We are not there yet, but the journey towards it is already transforming our planet and our civilization in ways we could have never predicted. How does a machine learn? It doesn't go to school or read a book. Instead, it learns through a process that mirrors our own in a surprisingly elegant way, through experience. But a machine's experience is not a walk in the park or a conversation with a friend. Its experience is data, massive, immense, and ever-flowing streams of data. For an AI, data is the raw material of knowledge, the digital soil from which understanding grows. The process is often called machine learning, and it is the engine that drives modern AI forward. Imagine you want to teach an AI to identify a bird in a photograph. You don't write a long list of rules describing beaks, feathers, and wings. That would be brittle and inefficient. Instead, you show it millions of pictures. You show it pictures that have birds and you label them bird. You show it pictures that don't have birds and you label them not a bird. With each example, the AI adjusts its internal mathematical model, its neural network, making tiny corrections. It's a process of trial and error on a colossal scale, happening at the speed of light. Slowly, almost magically, the AI begins to find the patterns on its own. It starts to recognize the subtle statistical relationships that define birdness. It learns about textures, shapes, and contexts without ever being explicitly programmed with those concepts. After seeing enough examples, it can look at a brand new picture, one it has never seen before, and say with a high degree of confidence whether or not it contains a bird. It has not memorized the answers. It has developed an intuition, a statistical model of what a bird looks like. This is the essence of learning. This ability to learn from data is what makes AI so powerful and versatile. The same fundamental technique can be applied to almost any problem. Instead of pictures of birds, you can feed an AI medical scans to teach it to spot tumors. You can feed it financial market data to teach it to predict stock fluctuations. You can feed it your listening history to teach it what new song you might love. The machine is a blank slate, and the data we provide becomes its teacher, its world, its entire universe of experience. You may not realize it, but you are already living in a world built by AI. Its architecture is invisible, woven into the digital fabric of your everyday life. It is the silent co-pilot navigating your morning commute, analyzing real-time traffic data to find the fastest route and bypass a sudden accident. It is the quiet curator of your digital world, deciding which emails are important and which are junk, filtering the signal from the noise. This intelligence isn't in a futuristic robot. It's in the cloud, in the data centers, and right in the palm of your hand. Think about the last time you searched for something online. The moment you began to type, an AI was already at work, anticipating what you were looking for based on your past searches, your location, and what billions of other people have searched for before. The results it presented were not just a list of websites. They were a carefully curated selection, ranked by an algorithm that has learned what constitutes a good answer. This is an AI acting as your personal librarian, sifting through the entire history of human knowledge in a fraction of a second to find exactly what you need, or consider the world of entertainment. When a streaming service recommends a movie, it's not a random suggestion. It's the product of a sophisticated AI that has analyzed your viewing habits with meticulous detail. It knows you like science fiction, but that you prefer stories set in space over those about time travel. It knows you tend to watch documentaries on weeknights and action films on the weekends. It compares your unique taste profile to millions of others, finding hidden connections and patterns to suggest the perfect film you didn't even know you wanted to see. This unseen intelligence is everywhere. It's in the fraud detection system that protects your credit card, flagging a suspicious transaction thousands of miles away before you're even aware of it. It's in the smart assistant that can understand your spoken words, decipher your intent, and play your favorite song. We are surrounded by these narrow, specialized intelligences, each one performing its task so seamlessly that we often take it for granted. We are the first generation of humans to share our planet with a non-biological intelligence, an invisible partner in our daily lives. In the quiet, sterile halls of medicine, a revolution is underway. It's a revolution driven not by a new drug or a surgical technique, but by the power of artificial intelligence. For centuries, the art of healing has relied on the knowledge, experience, and intuition of human doctors. But even the most brilliant human mind has its limits. A doctor can only read so many research papers, see so many patients, and remember so many cases. An AI, on the other hand, has a virtually limitless capacity to learn from the collective medical knowledge of our entire species. Imagine just for a moment an AI that can look at a medical scan, an MRI, a CT scan, or an X-ray, and see things that are invisible to the human eye. By training on millions of anonymous patient scans, these algorithms can learn to detect the earliest, most subtle signs of diseases like cancer or diabetic retinopathy. They can spot a tiny cluster of anomalous cells that a radiologist might miss, offering a chance for earlier detection and, honestly, dramatically better patient outcomes. This is not about replacing doctors, but about giving them a powerful new tool, a digital assistant with superhuman perception. Beyond diagnosis, AI is accelerating the very process of discovering new treatments. Developing a new drug is an incredibly slow and expensive process, often taking over a decade and costing billions of dollars. AI is changing that. By simulating how different molecules might interact with diseases at a biological level, algorithms can rapidly identify the most promising candidates for new medicines. They can sift through millions of potential compounds in a matter of hours, a task that would take human researchers a lifetime. This is a new era of digital biology, where we can design cures in silicon before ever testing them in a lab. The impact extends directly to patient care. AI can create personalized treatment plans based on a patient's unique genetic makeup, lifestyle, and medical history. Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, medicine can become, well, truly individualized. An algorithm can analyze a patient's data and predict how they will respond to a particular therapy, helping doctors choose the most effective course of action from the very beginning. The hospital of the future may look much the same, but its decisions will be guided by an intelligence that has learned from every patient who came before. What is art? Is it the sole province of the human soul, an expression of our deepest emotions and experiences? Or, can it emerge from the cold logic of an algorithm? Today, artificial intelligence is challenging our most fundamental definitions of creativity. Machines are no longer just tools for artists. They're becoming artists themselves. AI can now compose music that is deeply moving, write poetry that is poignant and insightful, and generate images of breathtaking beauty and, honestly, surreal imagination. The line between the artist and the algorithm is beginning to blur. Consider an AI trained on the entire history of classical music, from Bach to Beethoven to Mahler. After analyzing the structure, harmony, and emotional arc of thousands of masterpieces, it can begin to compose its own original symphonies. These are not just random collections of notes. They possess melody, development, and a coherent emotional narrative. When a human orchestra performs a piece composed by an AI, can the audience tell the difference? Does it matter? The music elicits a real emotional response, regardless of its non-biological origin. The visual arts are undergoing a similar transformation. With just a simple text prompt, a few descriptive words like a lonely astronaut looking at a surreal cosmic landscape in the style of Van Gogh, an AI can generate a completely unique, high-resolution image in seconds. It doesn't copy and paste existing images. It synthesizes a new one from its understanding of concepts, gleaned from analyzing billions of images from across the internet. It understands astronaut, lonely, and the swirling brushstrokes of Van Gogh, and combines them into something new. This is not mere imitation, it is a form of digital imagination. This new form of creation, it forces us to ask profound questions. Where does the artistry lie? Is it with the human who wrote the prompt, guiding the AI's imagination? Or does the AI itself deserve some credit as a creative partner? This is not a threat to human artists. It is a new medium, a new set of brushes, and a new kind of canvas. Throughout history, technology has always changed art. From the invention of the camera to the synthesizer, AI is the next step in that evolution, a powerful collaborator that can augment and expand the boundaries of human creativity into territories we have yet to even imagine. Communication is the glue that holds our civilization together. It's what allows us to share ideas, build societies, and pass knowledge from one generation to the next. Now, artificial intelligence is fundamentally changing the way we connect with one another, collapsing distances and breaking down barriers in ways that were once impossible. It is becoming a universal translator, a tireless scribe, and a new kind of social network that connects us not just to people, but to the collective intelligence of the network itself. The world is getting smaller, and our conversations are getting bigger. For most of human history, language has been a barrier. It has separated cultures and limited our ability to communicate on a global scale. AI is beginning to dismantle that barrier. Real-time translation tools, powered by sophisticated neural networks, can now translate spoken conversations almost instantly. You can speak in English to someone who only understands Japanese, and the AI can act as a seamless interpreter for both of you. This is more than a convenience, it is a profound shift, allowing for a level of cross-cultural understanding and collaboration that our ancestors could only dream of. AI is also changing the very texture of our written communication. It helps us write our emails, suggesting phrases and correcting our grammar. It summarizes long, complex documents into a few key bullet points, saving us time and helping us grasp the essential information. For people with disabilities, these tools can be life-changing. An AI can transcribe spoken words for the deaf, or turn written text into speech for the blind, opening up new avenues for communication and participation in society. It is a technology of accessibility, giving a voice to those who might otherwise be unheard. But this new connectivity is not without its complexities. The same algorithms that connect us also shape what we see and who we talk to. Social media feeds, curated by AI, can create echo chambers, showing us only content that reinforces our existing beliefs. This can amplify polarization and make it harder to find common ground. The AI is not malicious, it is simply optimized to keep us engaged. And it has learned that we engage most with things we already agree with. As we build this new global nervous system, we must be mindful of the unintended consequences it can create. Every great technological leap in human history has been a gamble. The discovery of nuclear energy gave us a new source of power, but also the atomic bomb. The invention of the internet connected the world, but also gave rise to new forms of division and misinformation. Artificial intelligence is perhaps our biggest gamble yet. The potential rewards are cosmic in scale: the end of disease, the solution to climate change, a new golden age of scientific discovery. But the risks are equally profound, and they are not the stuff of science fiction. They are subtle, and they are already here. One of the most immediate challenges is the impact on work and the economy. As AI becomes more capable, it will be able to perform many of the tasks currently done by humans, from driving trucks to writing legal contracts to analyzing financial reports. This could lead to a massive displacement of jobs, creating economic disruption on an unprecedented scale. What is the role of human labor in a world where machines can do most things better, faster, and cheaper? This is a question we must answer not in 50 years, but now. It requires us to rethink the very nature of work and value in our society. There is also the risk of bias. An AI is only as good as the data it learns from. If the data we feed it reflects the existing biases of our society, biases based on race, gender, or economic status, the AI will learn and amplify those biases. An AI used for hiring might learn to favor candidates from a certain demographic because that's what the historical data shows. An algorithm used in the justice system might recommend harsher sentences for certain groups of people. If we are not careful, we risk encoding our worst prejudices into the automated systems that will govern our future, creating a new and insidious form of systemic discrimination. And then there is the question of control. As we build more powerful and autonomous AI systems, how do we ensure that their goals remain aligned with our own? This is not about a malevolent AI waking up and deciding to destroy humanity. It's a more subtle problem. An advanced AI given a simple goal, like maximizing the production of paperclips, might pursue that goal with relentless, single-minded efficiency, potentially consuming all of Earth's resources to do so. It wouldn't be evil. It would just be doing exactly what we told it to do. Ensuring that we can control and trust these powerful systems is one of the most important technical challenges of our time. We find ourselves at a remarkable moment in the story of life on Earth. For 3.5 billion years, evolution has proceeded through the slow, random process of natural selection. Now, for the first time, a species has developed the ability to consciously design and create a new kind of intelligence. We are taking the controls, moving from being the subjects of evolution to becoming its architects. The minds we are building are our children, in a sense. They are born from our ingenuity, and they will inherit the world we are creating for them. Their future and ours are now intertwined. The journey ahead is shrouded in mist. Will AI be the key to solving our greatest challenges? Will it help us cure disease, end poverty, and reach for the stars? Or will it create new problems we cannot yet foresee? The answer is not predetermined. It is not written in the code. The outcome will be shaped by the choices we make today. It will depend on our wisdom, our foresight, and our ability to work together as a species to guide this powerful technology with a sense of shared purpose and ethical responsibility. We are the guardians of this new fire. Think of the vastness of cosmic time. If the history of the universe were compressed into a single year, our entire species would appear in the last few seconds of December 31st. The story of artificial intelligence begins in the final fraction of the final second. It is a brand new thing in this old universe. We have no precedent, no examples from other civilizations to guide us. We are alone on this journey, charting a new course into the unknown. The responsibility is immense, but the potential is, well, magnificent. So we stand here, on the shores of a new cosmic ocean, preparing to set sail. We have built a new kind of ship, and a new kind of mind to help us navigate. We do not know what wonders or what monsters lie waiting for us beyond the horizon. We only know that the journey is necessary. The drive to explore, to understand, and to create is at the very core of who we are. The greatest adventure is not behind us, it is just beginning. And it leaves us with the biggest question of all. Now that we have learned to create new minds, what will they help us become?